A very warm welcome. Today we have with us Mr. Santosh Gupta, who is the head IT at Zee Learn Limited. A very warm welcome, sir. Thank you for joining at CXC TV.
Thanks, Sunny. Thanks, CHPG, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. So before we get into that discussion round, especially in the educational industry, we would actually like to hear from you how your journey has been throughout. If you can share some insight with our audience.
Yeah, that's great. So I represent Zee Learn Limited. I take care of complete IT part at Zee Learn. We are into education. We are leading education company in India. We have our presence in education at everywhere, starting from preschool, K-12 school, university, vocational education, and tuition. So we have presence everywhere. We have our own brand in each segment. It's the Mount Zee School, Mahesh Tutorials, Zika, Zima, Imgiri University. So that's how we have complete ecosystem which takes care of education delivery across India. So yes, we have, as I mentioned, I take care of IT, and I have seen a complete dynamic changes in this education system starting from 2015-16 when we started. It was like curating content in 2D, 3D format, and we have launched a kind of school computer lab, then projector in every classroom. So this is how this entire journey started, and our content were being created during those phases. So I remember I was part of each and every update, and how this got rolled out to in every school. So that was like wow factor when we implemented 2D 3D content. It was like concept based learning, which helped teacher to explain concept within classroom, and also every student got a chance to explore a kind of experiment using the simulation. So those were day when technology impacted education directly. Before that, it was only a kind of ETP, maintaining data transaction and all sort of things. And school ERP was there, which was taking care of complete school management and report card. But from this journey, I can say there is a direct impact in learning, and it's a spark, I can say. So with this spark, the entire ecosystem got disrupted. We have seen the market, which was very small earlier. Competition was not there at all. But suddenly there was lots of new players, and they have disrupted market like anything. And during COVID time, it was high time. No one were ready with the online delivery of the education, because this is the necessity. This is the requirement which should not get stopped with any kind of pandemic. So we have learned during this phase, how to take care of complete ecosystem. The challenges what we faced during that period were teachers, my delivery partner, they were not ready. The adoption was very low. So we have seen this challenge, and immediately we have pool of trainer. So we believe training the trainer, and it was in our ecosystem. So we take care of complete teacher education, teacher learning in our system, and that too a very standard way, where we ensure they have learned. We do their assessment, and then they do a delivery with the pairing of support from our end. And that's how we ensure whatever they do, it's complete, holistic, and they're impacting the end user. So this is how Google and Microsoft team helped during that phase, and we have conducted our complete journey.
I I think we can just take a pause out here. So I just wanted to share that since in the introduction, you have given an insight, an overview rather, of the entire part. While I shared the questions around, so we can keep it a little brief, which is the intro has given an overview around the entire discussion.
Okay.
So we can have with that person.
Okay.
See? Thank you. So I'll just take some second pause for customers to edit around it.
Got it.
Alex, you are this talking about the technological trends, be it 3D or 2D discussion that you just mentioned around, and especially after the post-COVID, we have seen so much of changes, especially technology playing such a crucial role. And also, when technology came into this scenario of education, there was so much of visual impact, but actually helped the children to learn better. So, what are the latest trends that are redefining the education industry? And how exactly has the technology reshaped the landscape of education? If you can share some insight on this.
Sure. So, as I was sharing during pandemic, there is a huge adoption and no option for anyone left of physical. So everyone has to adopt the online learning. And teacher during those phases, they have learned everything when they have started using the technology. At the same time, I've seen like competition, they were jumping and they have created lots of parallel system, which was like complete online delivery. So online delivery and online learning was something 100% was not there earlier. But this is like new trend, and earlier this was only presence in the sector of like technology learning, where Udemy was and lots of like techie, they used to learn online and they got the certification, but it was not there in our basic like education. But during this phase, like this new trend has emerged, and I would say like now the complete market is there, where if anyone wants to learn anything, it's a matter of like they have to search and they have to subscribe and they can start. So there is no limit like for learning online, anytime, anywhere, everything is available. And thanks to technology, thanks to new innovation, which has added lots of support, where like delivery is seamless. At the same time, new tech initiatives like AI, AR, VR, which has curated a kind of like engagement with the end user in a way it understand like the pattern of the end user, and accordingly content get delivered to him. At the same time, there are like multiple support, so it's not only content. Apart from content, there were like assessment which analyze the student, and it provides a complete support to ensure that concept gets completely understood by the student.
So, in this light of recent global events that we are seeing, so e-learning, as we just mentioned, has gained so much of prominence and convenience at the same time. We are able to learn more and engage more. So, could you share insights into how Zee Learn has adapted this concept of e-learning platforms to meet the evolving needs of the students as well as education, especially after the post-COVID and what we have seen this rise? So,
Yes, only. So before COVID, we are present and our delivery was 100% physical. We have tech involvement in classroom through projector. We have curated an app, but which was only for a support part, sharing the homework, sharing the assessment, and tracking the level of student. During COVID, it was like completely online adoption for teacher as well as student. There were no other option. And during this phase, we got the opportunity where like the complete the classroom delivery, a specific classroom concept clearing. So we have created a kind of like small content, and those were like mapped with the simulator. Those were mapped with AR, VR, kind of like immersive things, which can help the student to learn concept in better way. And at the same time, we have added a kind of like support where if student is facing any challenges at any point of time, so they can use chatbot, they can raise their query, and the bot has a pre-built kind of like we have a pre-built like questions and data insights where like they understand the question and they respond to the student. But if sometime like it's not there, then we have support team of like pool of teachers. They take those questions and they go one-on-one with student and ensure like they are there, their concerns were solved and they are ready for the next classroom. So this is how the complete ecosystem got evolved during this phase. And later, like post pandemic, I can say like now post COVID, the entire new market is available. Now we see we have a complete e-learning class wise content is available, and which can be created a kind of like subscription based model where if student based in any location and if he wants to use this content for his support, it's readily available with this subscription. So this new market get emerged, and it's completely like blended learning, where like we are not saying like it's complete online. So with online learning, we have like complete support system, and we ensure he will not face any challenges, and he will not face like he's left with only like online video and all those things.
So it's a mixture of your online lessons as well as the physical one, because education you can't really forward, especially primary education, you can't really forward with the physical lessons.
Okay.
Yeah. So how exactly is Zee Learn leveraging these trends to provide innovative education solutions?
So as I mentioned, we are ready with our e-learning platform, and our target is to have blended solution where the ebooks as they will be available with every student. Even like student needs, they can subscribe the physical book, and our books are completely integrated with our content. So at any given point of time on a particular page, like if student is facing any issue, like if he's not understanding this concept, he can scan that QR code. That QR code linked with our content, and they will be available on that particular video where the teacher is available and teacher is explaining that particular part in the way where like it will be easy for him to understand with example, with real time simulation and everything.
That's a great concept, I believe, because this way it reduces the time, it makes things much more convenient for the students at the same time. Only that specific reason is being taken. That's the problem.
So,
Yeah. So, in the customer-centric world, so how do businesses in education technology prioritize the customer experience, and what approaches are providing successfully?
I personally believe like in every tech involvement, it's a complete journey. It's not the product is ready on day one. So every release after every update, so we have our own team which takes care of feedback from the customer, and at the same time, my direct customer is a teacher, and then we have like end user who are like student, child. So we take feedback from both the customer. We understand their pain areas. We discuss different use cases with them, and this is their requirement. This is their pattern of like use cases. We curate our app engagement in such a way. First, it should be simple and adoption for my teacher. They should not have too much things to do on app. They should only concentrate on their delivery. They should only concentrate on student the way they were doing. but at the same time, how I can help teacher to understand the entire classroom, the which child is doing assessment, which child is completing their homework on time, which child is not understand something, and which can be through a kind of like analytics, we show a complete result for that particular chapter for that particular subject. So, and it helps teacher again like refresh her class for student and ensure like everyone on the same page, and they get the proper outcome. At the same time, as I said, like the our direct customer is parents and student. So for them, we have given a kind of like complete question bank where like they can do a self assessment for maths, science, and they understand like how they are ready for their exams. For lower grade, when they while they were doing the assessment, we send notification to their parents, and we share like update with parents like how your child is doing, or where are they. So it's not in terms of like marks. It's a kind of like complete assessment where we give the rating, and this is that rating we judge like yes, this student is moderate based. This is on average, and this requires some help. So special need is there, and where like we have our own counseling team which supports parents and student on case to case basis.
Okay. So, with this changing business landscape, how are businesses in the education industry exactly adapting their workforce strategies and promoting employee development rather and well-being? So, how exactly is the process being done?
Yes, so we have a kind of like a complete army of like academician. So they work on content bit, they work on uh, teacher training bit. So their role is very critical, and they support school directly indirectly. So we have internal ecosystem where we take care of a complete 100% engagement of our employee. We have so it starts taking care of while they are onboarding. So onboarding to a kind of like a platform where based on like their choice. So they are like not a normal employee. But when you say academician, teacher, they work in different environment, and when they come to a corporate world, or they come to a different like system, so it takes time for their own adoption, because here it's not a classroom, there it's not a complete like school. So they have to understand like they are here to support multiple school, multiple classroom. So we have complete journey where they have to adopt the internal process, and those processes were very pretty simple, and it gives them a kind of like joy when they start, and they themselves see the result by doing how their work and how their content is getting explored by different teacher, different student, and those feedbacks are directly or indirectly measured and in front of them. So this is how it gives them a kind of like pleasure, like okay, yes, I have done this, and this is how it got impacted, and this is my next phase, next project, and those projects in this project I have to do a complete revamp. You understand like now our complete ecosystem is also getting changed where like government is directly updating new anything. So we see lots of new things is coming, which help teachers, school, and even like lots of like compliance and regulatory based curriculum. So those standardization was required, and now it's there. So we are happy to adopt this, and that will like it will be a really a new world of education where like it won't be a direct or indirect, but anyone like in this system will be affected, so they will be getting the direct benefits.
All right. So as we discussed, like about innovations in the field of education industry and how technology is entirely leveraging the education industry. So how is innovation, including these emerging technologies, being harnessed to drive growth and efficiency in our industry?
Well, there are multiple things, and we see adoption of technology has changed this entire dynamics. So everyone focus on personalized learning. So it's like one-on-one, and how they can curate the result. Whereas our focus is completely different. We believe in blended learning. So we ensure like one-on-one part basis, like end user requirement will be available, but at the same time, I have to be available as a support. So those support structure every day we are like updating, and with the new trend of Gen AI, we see a complete different roadmap where we are creating, we are planning to create a kind of like model teacher model. So I'm happy. So in our world, like if you go back, like like your teachers, like you have those teachers were like role model, and those were like unique. So how we can replicate those role models for everyone and on demand. So those are like our target. And at the same time, we add like gamification in our entire engagement. So it's not like boring for end user like that to read or to buck up. So in between, there will be a small assessment. In between, it's a kind of like leaderboard where I can see like where I am and where my the other students are, my friends in this journey. Okay, he's ahead or he's behind. Like so, they can chit chat, they can connect. So those features are also available. They can do a sharing. So this is how like the entire thing or ecosystem we are building.
It's pretty much creative, and that we you can pull the attention of the students at the same time have been drive the attention and have been learn more in the process. So also, could you please focus on, in your opinion, would like to understand what are the top focus areas and priorities that are coming up in the maybe next 3 to 5 years?
So the- so we have top to bottom approach. So the entire reason and being created at our top management level, where when we focusing on impacting entire India, entire ecosystem of education, and creating an outcome. So those were like results or upgrading the education system. So with this reason, we work as a team. Uh, we closely understand like where are we today and next 3 to 5 years where we want to go. So with this reason, we have created our roadmap. So that roadmap says I would share like in bits and pieces, like so take the feedback from the end user, understand where competition is. So, and at the same time, understand like entire world where we are and where they are moving. So personally, if you ask me, China and the US, they are much ahead in terms of like technology adoption. If I compare with them, like we are little behind, but now we are adopting everything and we are bundling those things in our delivery as well. And we have a 3 years roadmap where a complete ecosystem like will get changed. So today, every student and every child, they are familiar with a digital media. They use some or other device, and those devices are and directly giving them benefits, but at the same time, they are like harmful as well. So how as a parent or how as a teacher, I ensure like it will not be for the wrong practices. So we have created a complete like cyber education process where we will train our internal team as well as like teacher as well as the parents through a kind of like small awareness program. Okay, so to ensure like they use technology and they use fully. And as I mentioned, like we so Gen AI is something where we see lots of things will get changed, and it's evolving. We are creating multiple use cases like which can fit in different uh, concern area. I would not say concern area, but it will fill the gaps. So today, if there is some gap which can't be filled by technology or which can't be filled by teacher, and student need to understand like okay, now this is the issue, like how I resolve this. So he will not go to the open world of chat gpt where he will write something and anything will come to him. So we will ensure like those content will get filtered, those content will get moderated by our engine, and he will get right content. So those are like our focus area.
Looking on that, how achieving belief what would be the most significant disruptors or opportunities for your industry in the next 5 to 10 years?
So next 5 to 10 years, if I see the roadmap, so there were like multiple disruptors. They tried to capture the entire market by using the online medium. So if I compare with like other industry where car rental or hotel booking, those systems were completely got disrupted by Ola, Uber, OYO, and they have created a complete different roadmap. So this was tried and tested in the education segment as well. But we see it won't impact directly because in education, our belief is like it should have a both flavor. So it should be a blended, and our approach will be the same. So we are creating a complete ecosystem where the support should be available locally. So in every area, so it's a kind of a complete platform where teacher pool resources for that particular locality. A community will be created where a pool of like student who requires support on particular subject, and how they can engage or how they can connect together, and they have complete delivery. So this is there in our belief, and we are taking a small step, and there will be something which will be changing the complete system. But right now, I'm not in that position like to share those things directly. Okay, so those things are in our idea phase right now, and we are internally brainstorming and deliberating on those use cases. So a final outcome yet to come, and yes, it will be completely destructive for the entire system.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the insight and sharing your knowledge about the entire your education industry and how exactly the roadmap is planned for the coming years. Thank you for sharing with us your point.
Thanks only, and thanks to people doing this opportunity.
Thank you.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.